everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim. It has been a hot minute, you guys, since I've been online. The last couple of weeks have been truly awful. As you guys, if you've been following my channel, know I have been having a lot more headaches, and it just got so unbearable over the last 2 weeks. I ended up with a viral upper respiratory infection, which also triggered the migraines. So we've been playing around with some medication, trying to fix all of that. So I'm on a daily headache medicine now, and I'm slowly building up my tolerance for it. It hasn't had any ill effects, so that is good. So now I can get back into filming, back into reading, and sharing with you guys everything that I am getting into each month. Yes, cat's in the other room. That's what that weird sound was, if you guys can hear that. So I am thankful to finally starting getting back into it. I'm actually really starting to enjoy more of the immersion reading, where I'm listening to the audio and following along in the book. Just that whole total sensory immersion into it has been awesome. Not all of my books can I find on audio. I've got Scribd and I have Audible. Libby is not connected to my library, unfortunately, so I can't get audiobooks that way. So, but anyways, so this is about 3 weeks worth of wrapping up. So this may be a slightly longer video, which you guys are here to see what I've read, what I'm still reading, and what I would potentially like to read if they are still what I'm interested in at the time once I finish out some of these other books. Because I am definitely a mood reader, and sometimes I'll pull books and think, oh, I'm going to read these, and by the time I get to them, nah, I'm not in the mood for them anymore. But anyway, so that is a mini life update on where I've been. So I haven't been posting videos. I had a few videos I've already filmed. I need to edit, but again, because I'm very much a sensory headache person, so light and sound both combined, I had to be in complete darkness, so I could not even really touch my computer or do anything that will impact my head. So I have some videos I need to get up for you guys that I have not edited due to health issues. So hopefully I can get those edited in the next few days, get them uploaded and ready to go for the next few weekends. Being that I work full-time as a teacher, I don't really do anything during the week, so the weekend is it for both, you know, the filming and the editing. So anyway, so that's again a huge introduction, on par for what I typically do with you guys. But anyways, you're still hanging around, so I'm guessing you're kind of enjoying my kind of whoopee, weird kind of personality. But anyways, alright, so I'm going to start with, so let's get into our first section. I'm starting with the books that I am still currently reading. Then we'll move into what I did finally finish, the exciting part, and then what potentially I will pick up after that. So yeah, let's dive on in. Alright, so our first section, books that I am currently still reading. It's been a hot minute since you guys have seen this book on my channel. I started it a couple of months ago over the summer. I got Romeo down there playing. But anyways, I have started it during the summer and then kind of put it down because I just wasn't able to really get into it. And then I found the book and finally purchased it on Audible. So now I have listened to about 2 chapters, I think. Because I started on chapter 28 and I'm about to start chapter 30 once I'm done filming and all of that good jazz. So hopefully the audio is going to get me back into it. I love the first 2 books out of the Wheel of Time series, but for whatever reason with this one, I'm on the struggle bus with it. So I'm hoping with the audio version it's going to bring the story back to life for me and I'm going to enjoy it more. My goal is I would love to be able to finish it because I can take it to and from work, listen to it in the car, as well as read it here at the house on the weekend in the complete immersion way of reading. So that is one book I would love to finish this upcoming week. The second book that I have picked up again this weekend. I haven't picked it up in about 3 weeks since I first started it, when I was actually feeling good about 3 weeks ago. This is One Dark Throne. This is by Kendar Blake. This is the second book in the Dark Crown series. following again the three sisters, going more into their battles. They're into the Ascension year. It has actually started taking off, and we're seeing all of the developments with that. I'm not very far in. I am on chapter 87. Again, these books are not broken down into chapters. They are broken down in like the different factions within the kingdom. That is how the book is set up and broken down. So yeah, I am really enjoying my experience following these three sisters, seeing all the other side players who are having a huge impact on them and on the whole idea of this ascension. So I cannot wait to see what takes place with this one, because it is really developing into something special. So I'm really enjoying the time with that. Again, another book I picked up again on my last reading wrap-up that I had. This is the second book in the Stephen King's Dark Tower series. This is The Drawing of the Three. Liking it a little bit. Again, I have it on an audio version while I'm listening to it, so that is bringing life. A lot of times if I'm struggling with a book and I find it audio, sometimes the narrators can bring the life to the story that I am missing myself. So I right now am enjoying Ronald and what's going on with him so far. So I cannot wait to see where he takes it and if I'm going to enjoy the series. I'm going to try to at least do book 2, maybe book 3, and then go from there and decide, am I going to finish the series, because there are 7 books total in it, or do I want to put the series down? So I'll make that decision either at the end of this book or the end of book 3. And I know there are some kind of little novellas or minor stories connected to it now, but that's kind of my stance right there. I'm kind of on the fence about it still. Hello, Romeo. Let's go back down, mister. So you got to see Nyx, and this is my Romeo. He is a lot sweeter than my girl, so I can pick him up and put him down. He doesn't hiss at me. Yeah. It's my little love kitty. Alrighty. And then the last book that I said I wanted to get into, I believe there's one other I think I was going to, but then I never did pick it up. I picked something else up. It was a random book. But I'll get into that later. Alright, so this is, what is this? Book 3. I have to stop and remember. So this is book 3 of the An Ember in the Ash series. This is The Reaper at the Gates. I haven't read much out of it since that last time. I am on, I believe, chapter 7, which is page 44. Again, you're still following your 3 main people. You got Elias, you have Hel, and you have Leah. You're still following them in their different trials that they're going through, all the drama, all of the trauma. Some new interesting things have developed with Elias and his new kind of role within the world. So I cannot wait to see how that develops, what's going to go on with Helene as well as Leah. I haven't got very far into the plot. Hasn't fully taken off. Again, I haven't had a chance to really read that much out of it. But when I have, I've discussed it with a person on Discord, and we're just talking about our different disbeliefs of what's going on. They couldn't believe this has happened or that has happened, so that's been fun. So again, I do want to continue on with this one. This is, I enjoy taking this slowly because I love this world. When I'm in it, it's very harsh, very brutal, but I love all of the family dynamics, the friendships, the relationships, and all of that that has been built within this very harsh world. So I cannot wait to continue it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm going to savor it as long as it goes on. I think I get book 4 in either late November or December. I can't remember when the paper copy out because I've already pre-ordered it. Just waiting for it to come in. Alright, so that is everything that I am still currently working on that I want to definitely finish in this next upcoming week, which I think I can do possibly if I'm constantly listening to them when I get in from work and to and from work. Those first two books should be done, and the other 2 are going to take me some time. So let's move into the exciting part that you guys come here to see, is what books did I actually finish in the last 3 weeks. And I actually did finish quite a few of them before everything went down. Alright, so I finished 6 books actually total in the last 3 weeks. That's really not too shabby. The very first book This is a compilation of different stories. This is Video Palace, In Search of the Eyeless Man. Every story in here is based around the eyeless man. So I did really enjoy it. A lot of the stories did creep me out a lot. Some of them I didn't care for as much as others. But all in all, not too bad. It's probably one of the very first short story compilations that I've actually have enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to more things like this. They were easy reads, didn't take too long. The audio also brought it to life. I read probably well over half the book before I stumbled upon the audio. But when I found that even upped my ante of liking it even more. And I gave it a total of 4 stars. So yeah, some stories, like I said, not to my taste, but others were really creepy, and I did enjoy that. So 4 stars, all in all, really did enjoy it. He was a very creepy myth that was being studied. A lot of social media impact, television, Instagram, Facebook, all of that was tied in. That was so well done. Kind of creeps you out, make you really not want to be on social media. The next book that I finished, this is another book from the Elemental Assassins series. It's probably going to take me up to 2 years to finish all of them. There are 19 books in. I think this might be book 6 or 7. I can't remember. I need to start writing that down to let you know. But this is By a Thread by Jennifer Estep. This is, again, continuation, the first book after the big showdown between her and Mab, and Jim Blanco is our main character, and everyone that comes together. A lot of rocky relationships in this story. Past characters have come back into this one. More confrontations happen on that, on the emotional level. She does a really good job of hitting my emotions. I get frustrated sometimes with her and some of the other side characters, and I just want to like grab them by their shoulders and shake them. It's like, wake up, stop doing that. So yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I am enjoying the series a lot, and I have, I think, ordered the next 2 books. Again, I'll have to come back and let you know which ones they are, because I don't remember, and especially the order of the books. So it's probably going to be towards next year, middle of next year, maybe by the end in December of next year before I finish all 19. But I'm making slow progress through it, and I'm absolutely enjoying this series. So I would highly recommend, if you are into the urban fantasy, you like elements and how they're used as magic and all of that in the urban setting, it's really good. I would definitely enjoy and recommend her work. Alright, this is from one of my last unboxings. This is Breakthrough by Sarah Stevens. This is the start of a series. This is an athlete or athletic type of romance. I was not expecting to even really be picking up, because I didn't even have it on my list to pick up on my last reading wrap-up, if I can get my words out. Last reading wrap-up, I had already said which books I wanted, and then when I was looking at them, I decided I really wasn't in a mood for one, so I picked this one up instead. This is where the mood read comes in. But I did really enjoy it. It is about a trainer, athletic trainer, who was working for a baseball team, and a lot of negative things went on with her and her relationship with one of the athletes. So when she moved back home, there was a whole custody battle with the child, and a lot of drama went on, and then she didn't want to she was interested in, so it's Mandy and Parker. So Mandy is in a male-dominated field as a physical therapist and trainer for different leagues. She started in the baseball, and then she moved back home after her grandfather had passed away, and everything that was going down with the baseball team and her career there, so she decided to make the move back. And then she meets Parker, and there's sparks flying in there, but she wants to keep it, you know, just business, just friends. And then some other drama went down. Oh, it was such a good read, such heartwarming. I loved this book. I would definitely consider picking up the next book in this series. And I gave it a 4-star rating. And if I forgot to tell you, 5-star rating. I really did enjoy it, highly recommend it. But back to this one, a little scattered. Back to this one, I would definitely pick up the next book in this series. It may take me some time to get to it. If it's on Kindle Unlimited, I'd definitely pick it up from there. But yeah, it's one of the few athletic type romances that I have really enjoyed. That is contemporary and all of that. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying that romance box because it has given me a lot of new authors to read and fall in love with. The next book, this is The Grey Bastards by Jonathan French. I was kind of on the fence a little bit on this one. It is very crude in language. Kind of the worldviews of a lot of women in it are kind of on the negative side a little bit. Just how they are being portrayed. A lot of betrayal, a lot of standing up for what you believe is right, even if it goes against your friends and your allies that you've grown up with. All of that in here. It was phenomenal. I really did enjoy it. Thank you, Leslie Smith from The Nerdy Narrative, for raving about this book. I did pick it up based on her review. Definitely high ranked. I gave it 5 stars. I'm waiting to get the next book in the series to see where it goes on from there. A lot of shenanigans went on. The writing style, if you're not used to the language, if you're used to more dark fantasies, then it may not hit you as hard. But for me, it was a little bit to get adjusted to, but it wasn't so overly done that I just wanted to put it down and say no. It was just one element, but there's enough other good plot structure, pacing, and all of that in it, enough of the fantasy elements to really fall in love with the book. And that was just a small thing that I kind of push to the side and not dwell on. So it was really good. It made sense. It was not so far-fetched that I couldn't believe it couldn't happen. Yes, they are orcs, there are fairies, there are elves, not fairies, but elves, true orcs, humans, magic, all of it combined. It was one trying to keep kind of the old ways and take back what they think is theirs, and then trying to take out the old because they're not doing their job like they're supposed to. So a lot of things went on, a lot of very interesting events. I love the way this style, love the writing style once I got used to it. But great pacing, great descriptions, all of that. So if you're into more of the dark, then you would probably enjoy it. If you like kind of the Lord of the Rings, but amped up even more, you would probably enjoy it as well. So looking forward, I think True Bastards may be the second book in the series. So when I get some time, I will get more books, but I will look and see if it's on Kindle Unlimited or wait until it comes out in paper copy, because I want them all to be in the same format. Alright, so the next one I did finish. This one is Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh, I believe is how you say her name. This one was a struggle to start with. I started it reading it just on my own, no audio. I got a quarter of the way through and I ended up giving it a 4-star. I think the reason that it got up to a 4-star, I found the audio, and through the audio it really enlivened the story. The chapters were fairly lengthy, so that helped me get through them. A lot of flowery, a lot of descriptive writing, almost excessive to a point. They are 16, so I had to kind of take a step back because she was kind of very juvenile in her way of thinking about things in the world and her place in it. I understood. I mean, she is an orphan and she's trying to prove herself, but everyone kind of keeps shutting her to the side. Where everyone else is able to fight, able to train, she's kind of just pushed to the side. I pretty much figured out what was going on very early on. I was waiting to see how it was going to be, the big reveal of everything. Alright, so again, there was a lot of tension, a lot of drama between Mira, who is the orphan girl, and Mather, who is supposed to be the future king. They are on the run. There's only 8 free Winterians left to try to free all of their countrymen who have been overtaken and enslaved by the Kingdom of Spring. So there are a lot of battles going on, a lot of betrayals. They go to who they hope are going to be allies, and then they find out there are a lot of double crosses going on behind the scenes, and a lot of things amp up. And the ending was, I wouldn't say anticlimactic, but it was kind of predictable. So that was kind of a little bit let down. But overall, once I got the audio makes the book worth it, and it brings the story to life because the narrator did such a good job on that. So I ended up giving it a 4-star. Again, it takes some time, just a new way of writing style. It's probably one of the most flowery type of writing that I've ever read. All right, get it together, Kim. So I did get the other 2 books because it intrigued me enough. How she tied it over, it got better as it went. Again, the ending was a little bit predictable, but knowing that there are going to be 2 other books, I kind of knew how it was going to end. So I want to see where the author takes the relationships as they were left at the end of this book and how it progresses from there. So 4 stars, just takes some getting used to, some new way of writing, especially that flowery stuff. That was, wow. That took some time. All right, and then the last big chunky book that I finally managed to finish is my lovely Brandon Sanderson's The Oathbringer. I finally did make it through today. I finally finished it early this morning. Then I fell asleep, and then I, kind of wasted the day. And now that it's a little bit darker, the lighting is all right because my cat's knocked down all my curtains, which I've got to fix the wall and everything and put those back up. Then I can film whenever I want. But anyways, back to this book, 5-star, definitely a 5-star rating. I love his writing. It is detailed. My gosh, look at the size of the book. It is detailed, but not in such a cluttery or flowery way that you just feel bogged down in it. It makes sense with the world and everything that goes on. I loved experiencing all the flashbacks from Gavilar as well as Dalinar while he's experiencing getting his memories back. That was a huge thing, and I'm still trying to figure out who was the actual one that actually took his memories away, because it led you to believe one thing, but towards the end you think it's another character, major character in it. And so I'm kind of left, what is truly going on? The man in white, the assassin, is back in the picture now, and he's kind of in a reversal role, and I was shocked about that. But a lot of things went on. Shallan is finally finding herself, her and her relationship with Aladin and Kaladin, or no, Adolin and Kaladin, if I can pronounce their names correctly. Seeing their relationships work out, how they're coming to terms with everything, and how all of their past connections are going about. There was a great joke that was done in the book. It was so well done. It was so good. That it, based off some other earlier events in previous books, came about in this book. It was hilarious. Oh my God, it was great. It was such a minor thing, but it was hysterical, so I enjoyed that. Seeing Renarin coming into his own as well, and seeing all of the blurrings of line between the different types of Spren, and seeing whom you think are the enemy actually now starting to blur lines there as well. So a lot of things are ramping up. I cannot see where Brandon Sanderson is going to go in Rhythm of War. And that book should be coming to me as well. I've pre-ordered it. Again, back in, waiting for it to come in paperback form, so they will match all of my other ones and not look weird with a hardback book. So I like things to match, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm weird like that, or any of you guys like that, want all your series to match. I mean, I have hardback books, I have small paperback books, hardback books. This is what I'm talking about, but this is a different series, so I don't mind it as much. But I like all my series to at least match and not look so weird. But anyway, so this was the last book that I finished this morning, the day that I'm filming this. This should go up tomorrow on Sunday. Yeah. I got a lot read in the last 3 weeks, so it's not bad. So now we're moving on into the section of the books that I would like to pick up. I only really have 2 books that I'm going to talk about today, since I have 3 books, I think. 3 or 4 books over there that I want to finish. I don't know where I put the other one. Oh yeah, that stack under one of my other stacks of books. Go figure. So I have 4 books that I'm still working on. So 2 books I would like to pick up once I make some headway on my other 4 books. So the first one I think I mentioned in my last reading wrap up. This is The Heart of Betrayal. This is the 2nd book out of the Remnant Chronicles series by Mary E. Pearson. Again, I left off. I was very emotionally attached to all of the characters. I cannot wait to see where this one goes. I don't know a lot about it. I know she has been taken captive by the enemy kingdom. That set up a lot of things going on. So I cannot wait to see where it progresses. And I think there's a trilogy, I believe, based off the back of the book. I think there are only 3, so I'll be halfway done with that. So I'm a third of the way done currently. Finish that one, that will be half the way. Alright, and then the final book, if again I can pick up, finish a couple of my other books that I'm currently reading, I would like to tip my toe into N.K. Jemisin's writing with the 5th season. So cannot wait. I don't know a ton about it. There's really not a whole lot written on the back that tells you really what this is about. It says on the cover, every age must come to an end. So kind of a apocalyptic maybe style type of writing or story. So some of the main liners it says it starts with a great red rift. It starts with death. It starts with betrayal. So those kind of the major headliners on the back. So again, dipping my toe into N.K. Jemisin's. I've heard nothing but great things about this author. Leave me some of your thoughts down below. Have you enjoyed the story, her work, and all of that good stuff? But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading wrap up. I know it was 3 weeks. I've gone from 1 week, 2 weeks. Now here we are at 3 weeks. Again, it just depends on how my head is going on, what's going on in daily life, being, like I said, I work full time, as to when I get to read and what I get to upload. But that is a creator issue with me. We all figure out what works best for us, and this is kind of where we're at. So again, my upload schedule does get kind of wonky sometimes, so I do thank you guys for hanging out with me, staying with me, and seeing what I come week to week, hopefully posting. But I try to stay on the 1 to 2 videos every week, but sometimes life gets in the way. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until my next video, I hope you guys have a great one. Happy reading, you guys. Bye.